Hey, what's up guys and welcome back to Anime King, and today I'm gonna be giving you part 5 of What If Kaguya Was Naruto's Mother. Remember to get this one to 100 like as usual, share this to all of your friends in your social media platform, and also go ahead and check out the new episode of What If Naruto had the unknown Sharingan. And sorry guys, I'm not going to be able to post 4 videos tonight because I had some technical problems earlier, so I won't be able to post 4. I'm just going to be doing this, and I posted a video on Anime King 2 already, so go ahead and check out that and enjoy. And remember, if you're new and this is the first time hearing my voice and you enjoy the videos on both Anime King and Anime King 2, go ahead and click those red subscribe button and join both channels and become a part of the Anime King family. And thank you for all of your help and your support. And without further ado, let's begin this story, shall we? Start the intro.
I think the girls with their nails done now. Girls with their nails done. I think the girls with their
So guys, the last time we left off, Naruto and Hagoromo had split up for years as Naruto came back to visit his brother. As him and Hagoromo went to the statue, as Hagoromo used his technique and surrounded the statue with earth as he sent it up into the sky, out of Earth atmosphere. After that, Hagoromo collapsed as Naruto knew that he was dying as he brought him back. As Naruto spent the week with him, as Naruto told Hagoromo what he's been up to in the years, that Naruto had 2 kids, and one of them possessed the Byakugan, and another possessed high chakra reserves like him, giving him the name Uzumaki and the other Hyuga. As Hagoromo then told Naruto to bury him at the monastery, as he took his last breath and died. As Naruto brought his brother's body back to the monastery and buried him. As Naruto went and visited his 2 sons, and they were fighting. Seeing that it wasn't anything too bad, Naruto let it go on and see if the years come, if they will learn to understand each other and live in peace. But that didn't happen. They kept on fighting until they created their clans, the Uchihas and the Senjus. And the fighting went on for years upon years, as Naruto realized he was over 3,000 years old. As he watched the world change, as he realized what his brother did was a bad mistake. Seeing that the world is being corrupted and people are using chakra as weapons, Naruto wanted to destroy it, but he realized his brother wouldn't want that, so he didn't bother because he was about to end all civilization on Earth. It was then he found 2 boys from separate clans, as the both of them wanted to bring peace to this world. As Naruto decided to help them, as he introduced himself to them and they thought that he was blind because of the bandage wrapped around his eyes, because he didn't want anyone to ask about him being a Hyuga and all. So he decided to train the both of them after they accept. As they were passing by a near town a couple of weeks later, and Shikaku was destroying the town, as Madara and Hoshirama didn't want Naruto to go, knowing that the tail beasts are extremely powerful. But Shikaku was just lonely, seeing that he was all by himself and he wanted to see Naruto. As Naruto attacked him and knocked him down, as Naruto told him to not do it anymore and he would come and visit him, as Shikaku agreed. So yeah guys, that was basically the last part we left off. You guys can switch across the place and check it out for yourself. So let's begin this new episode, shall we? The moment Naruto arrived back to Hoshirama and Madara, he was bombarded with questions from both sides. Naruto simply stood there with a small smile on his face as he watched the 2 of them, especially Madara, as it was quite funny to watch him, as he was always calm and steady, except for when Hoshirama provoked him, but now he was loose as he wanted to know what the hell just happened. "Calm down you 2, Naruto said, as the both of them kept on shooting off questions. "Calm down," Naruto said, as they kept on giving him questions. "Shut it, brats," he shouted. "Alright, I know the 2 of you have questions, but first, let's sit somewhere a bit more comfortable." With that, Naruto headed off into the forest, with them behind him. As they were now sitting down on a giant cliff, as they could see through the entire Fire Nation, as they saw the Senju clan in the distance and the Uchiha clan in the distance. I know the both of you have questions. You will ask them one at a time, starting with you, Hoshirama, Naruto said. How did you do that, Hoshirama asked, as he then gave Naruto puppy dog eyes. And can you teach me? Keep dreaming, Hoshirama. Not only you do not have what is required to use it in the first place, but I don't think the world can take you having enhanced strength. As Hoshirama turned his back, with a small rain cloud on top of his head as he got depressed. So, are you going to tell me? How did you manage to punch a Bijou and lift it off the ground? And it seems like you actually beat it, asked Madara, as Naruto gave him a small smile. That's quite simple, Madara, said Naruto, as both boys turned, as they leaned in. It's called... Oh yeah, I never actually gave it a name. A crash was heard as Madara and Hoshirama tipped forward and crashed into the ground face first. Both of them quickly got up and was about to yell at their sensei when he answered the question seriously. I never named the technique I used when I fought the Ichibai, Naruto explained. What the technique does is enhance my strength tenfold, allowing me to punch through nearly anything. And I beat it because it knew I could beat it. It retreated because it knew it couldn't win, Naruto said. Sensei, said Madara, you were going to tell us why you couldn't teach us jutsu. Well, Naruto said as he scratched the back of his head, the reason I can't teach you guys ninjutsu is because I don't know any. As the both of them looked shocked, and they had disbelief look on their faces. What? What do you mean you don't know any ninjutsu, sensei? Can you not perform hand signs or anything like that? Asked Hoshirama. It is exactly what it means, Hoshirama, Naruto said. Unlike the two of you, I never had any shinobi in my family, and I never learned any elemental jutsus, as Naruto didn't want to tell them the full truth. So you're saying that you don't come from a shinobi clan of any kind? Madara asked, as Naruto nodded, as both of them let out a sigh of relief. Hearing that Naruto wasn't from any clan, it meant that he wasn't going to try and kill Hoshirama or Madara, seeing that the Senju and the Uchiha had enemies. This was excellent news for both of them because they highly doubt that they could take him down, especially after what they just saw. I have one announcement, Madara, Hoshirama, Naruto said, as they turned their gaze to him. I have decided to stop training you every time we meet. As the both of them got a confused look on their face. They didn't train 7 days a week. They trained merely 4 or 3 sometime, giving them plenty of time to rest, and don't get attention from their clans. Starting from today, I will only train you both 3 days a week while giving you the other 4 to train with each other. This is a chance for the both of you to get some independence and train yourself when I'm not there. However, I will drop by at random to watch you both how you train. Can I trust you both to train without my supervision? Yes, sensei, the both of them responded. Good. If that's all the questions for now, then I'll let the two of you begin your training. No flashy techniques and keep it quiet, said Naruto, and with that he was gone. Meanwhile, with Shikaku, he was currently resting as Naruto appeared. How have you been, Shikaku? Naruto said, as Shikaku turned his gaze as Naruto started to fly and was looking in his face. I've been good, uncle. How about you? As a tick mark came on Naruto's forehead, it only seems like you guys call me by my name when it's something important. Well, you are our uncle, and it's funny, said Shikaku. Have you met up with any of the others recently? He asked, as he saw that Shikaku got sad when he said that. No, he said. The last I came in contact with was in Nebe, and that was about 100 years ago. And from then, I haven't seen any others. As Naruto now understand why he was doing that, he was alone. As Naruto flowed forward as he placed his hand on Shikaku's nose and started to rub his nose, as Shikaku relaxed into the touch, seeing that Naruto chakra helped calm it. I'm sorry, Shikaku, for not visiting you, for not checking on you. I am sorry, Shikaku. Naruto apologized while continuing to rub his nose. From now on, I'll visit you weekly if you want. And we can talk and spar, whatever you want, Shikaku. So Shikaku, Naruto said, breaking him out of his thoughts. What do you want to do today? Talk, said Shikaku. As Naruto nodded as he floated down. So, what were you doing earlier when we met? Shikaku asked. I was training my students, Naruto explained. Hoshirama Senju and Madara Uchiha. Senju and Uchiha? Said Shikaku confused. The last I heard, those two clans hated each other. Why would they allow their children near to someone of the other clan? And how did you get the family heads permission to train them? And why would you train them anyway? Shikaku asked. All I'm training is the two kids, and neither of their clans know that they're getting training from me. The two kids I'm training don't know the other's last name either, Naruto said. As Shikaku nodded, now he understand. But you still didn't say why you were training them, he asked. Hagoromo on his deathbed, he asked me to look out for his sons and their descendants and help them find the right path. Up until recently, I didn't get a chance to help any of them. Oh, he gave that his word, Shikaku thought. That is why he's doing this. Because Shikaku could see that those two clans don't seem like they're going to stop anytime soon. So, Shikaku, got any new moves you made over the years? Naruto asked, snapping the Shikaku out of his thoughts. He nodded as he went into details, telling Naruto how he utilizes sand in battle. As Naruto spent the rest of the time talking with Shikaku. Time skip. A year and a half later, Hoshirama was rushing through the trees with incredible speed as he needed to go and meet Madara, as his brother Tobirama had followed him yesterday. As he landed near to the river, as he noticed Sensei wasn't here, as he saw Madara over the Uchiha side. Not the best time to be absent, Sensei. Hey Hoshirama, let's skip rocks today, said Madara. As Hoshirama reached in his pocket as he had a rock as well, wanting to tell Madara to run. As he nodded, as the both of them counted 3 and threw the rock as he caught it at the same time. As the both of them looked down at the rock, as Madara looked at the rock that said run, and Hoshirama looked at the rock that said scram. Well, I got something to do. Sorry Hoshirama, I'll see you another time, said Madara. Yeah, see ya, said Hoshirama as he turned. But as he moved off, he heard something splash in the water. As he turned around to see his brother and his father, and what looks like Madara brother and father as well, ready to face off. Damn it, Hoshirama cursed. Where is Sensei when you need him, he thought. As he then heard something as he looked up to see a knife coming towards him, along with a knife coming towards Madara as well. As both boys threw the rock and knocked away the knives. As the two of them jumped out in front of their brothers. Even if it's you, Hoshirama, harm my brother and you will face my wrath. As Madara then sighed, it looked like all of our talk to build a village together was nothing more than just dry hope. As Hoshirama looked at his friend in shock, did he really feel that way over their dream? Something that they have talked over for years, something that they haven't fully told their sensei. Did Madara really just want to give it up? Madara, Hoshirama said, do you really feel? For what it's worth, said Madara, cutting him off. It was fun, as he gave Hoshirama a sad smile. Part of me is shocked by your choice, Madara, said a voice from the forest. As everyone turned and looked upstream, standing there was Naruto with his blindfold on. But another part of me understands that you would choose your brother over anything, Naruto said with a small smile. Who are you? Hoshirama father asked. As his question was answered when both Madara and Hoshirama gave a small bow. Naruto sensei, they said. As both clan heads wonder what the hell just happened, their two children just call that man sensei. Why would they let him train them? And just who was he that he could think that he could train them without their permission? As Naruto gave him a small smile as he continued to talk. You both know what happens now, don't you? Both Hoshirama and Madara shook their heads, forget what their teacher was talking about. As Naruto gave him a sad smile, our training has been discovered. That means I will no longer be able to teach you both. Both Madara and Hoshirama eyes widened as they bowed their heads in sorrow. They were losing their sensei, someone who had trained them, that made them what they were today. Don't look so sad, I'm sure that we will meet again someday, he said. This was a lie though. Naruto for years had seen this all coming, Madara choosing his brother over him and Hoshirama's dreams. While there was a chance that Hoshirama would choose the dream, he would make sure that Tobirama was safe before diving into anything deeper. Madara on the other hand didn't care about that He didn't want any risk to come towards his brother. If it meant giving up the dream, he will do it in a heartbeat. With this, the both of them will fight each other, like their ancestor did in the past. Perhaps they will come together again, but it will take a lot. Before I go, I have gifts for both of you, Naruto said, as he reached into his cloak and pulled out a large gunbei. The gunbei was in the shape of a large fan and has 3 tomos on it, and it was wrapped up in bandages around the handle, and it had a chain on it. As he tossed it over to Hoshirama, as Hoshirama caught it, as he pulled out his next gift, a necklace that was threaded through a thin green crystal with 2 bubbles on each side. As Naruto threw it towards Hoshirama, who caught it, as he examined his gift, as Madara did the same. Madara, Hoshirama, Naruto said, as you can see, I have given you a necklace and a gunbei, respectively. Both have special abilities. The gunbei can redirect and block attacks, while the necklace has the ability to enhance Mokiton techniques. As Naruto then looked up at the sun, which was high in the sky, signaling about noon. It's about time for me to leave now. As he turned and gave them one last smile. Goodbye, Hoshirama. Goodbye, Madara. I'm sorry that this isn't a proper farewell, but I must be off. Keep training and live your life how you want to, he said, as he pulled up his hood, as it covered his head, as he slowly walked away. Before he went away completely, both clan heads jumped in front of him, as they weren't doing this as a group or anything, they just did it, as they thought the same thing, as they were ready to attack each other at any moment necessary. As Madara father spoke, who are you? And who gives you the right to think you can teach the Uchiha heir? As he also kept an eye on the Senju to his right. As Hoshirama father thought the same thing. As Naruto looked at the both of them, as his friendly face vanished, as he released his aura amongst the both of them. You are not in a position to ask me anything, Uchiha. I hold no respect for you or your clan. I only hold respect for your son. And he's the only reason that I don't kill all members of the Uchiha, said Naruto. Madara father eyes widened, but he stepped back from the pressure that Naruto was releasing, as Hoshirama father gave a small snort of amusement. As Naruto turned at him, you think you're any better? The same go for you and your clan. It's just because of your son, Naruto said. I have watched multiple times as your clan members butcher and attack one another like it's nothing. I have seen grown men slaughter children because they're not from their clan. The only reason the both of you are still breathing is because of my generosity. Don't believe that you will get any more. As the both of them draw their sword, as the leader of the Uchiha spoke, while you say we slaughter each other, that's because we're at war. But we know that the both of us will kill you right here. As the both of them rushed towards Naruto, as they didn't hear their eldest son telling them to stop. As Naruto brought up his hands, and they heard a clang, it was like metal hitting metal, as the both of them put more weight under their attack. Once they stopped, they heard their sons yell, "Don't attack him, Dad! He will destroy you!" Madara yelled. "Dad, you're not powerful enough to attack Naruto-sensei. He will kill you," Hoshirama said. As both of them knew that their fathers was no way powerful enough to defeat Naruto. As Naruto pushed his arm forward, pushing back their blades. As the both of them jumped away, as they were ready to defend themselves against him. As they watched as Naruto vanished in an instant as he was behind them. As that shocked Madara and Hoshirama. They never saw Naruto display that level of speed even when he was sparring against them. As both clan heads collapsed on the ground, as a slice was across both of their chests, as small trickle of blood leaked out. As the youngest sons run over to their father, if you get them medical help, they won't die. However, they will not be able to fight like they used to anymore. As both Tobirama and Aizuna stood up to face off against Naruto, but their elder brothers stopped them. I am not sorry that I attacked your fathers, Hoshirama, Madara, but I am sorry our last meeting will end like this. As Naruto turned and started to walk away, Naruto-sensei, Madara called out. I am not your sensei, Madara, Naruto said, as he turned and looked at him. What weapon did you use? Said Madara. You never use a weapon anytime you trained us, Madara asked. Naruto gave a small smirk. Always have your secret, Madara, he said. And with that he vanished. As Naruto walked on a dirt road, as he realized that he should go and visit the rest of the Bijus. On his meetings with Shikaku, he realized that he had left the Bijus by himself, and now he felt bad in himself for that. As he recently came face to face with the Two Tails, but she ran on sight after seeing him, and he didn't know why. And Naruto knew that if her reaction was anything, all of them would run if they knew that he was searching for them. But for now, he just needed a break. That final meeting was stressful, and for right now he just needed to relax for at least a month or two. Unfortunately for him, that was dropped as he heard a scream. It was a female scream coming from the east. Every freaking time, Naruto said. Every time I want to relax, am I the only one who can do things? As Naruto made it over there quickly, as he saw a girl, she was tied up to a tree with a gag in her mouth. As he saw some man there as they were building a tent, and two of them was in front of her taunting her. He then noticed her hair. Red hair? It was the Uchihas who had kidnapped her. Why did they want her? As Naruto then realized she must be important. As he focused on the hair, those features. Uzumaki clan, he said. As those clans, those descendants were from him. As Naruto wanted to go down there and slaughter them all, but he restrained himself. There were 7 of them. It was not like they were a threat to him. But the girl's safety. He was going to take out the 2 that were mocking her, because they were the one closest to her. As Naruto vanished, as he appeared right between the girl and the 2 kidnappers. As they quickly went on high alert as they pulled for their sword. But Naruto raised his hand as 2 blades extended from his wrist, piercing the both of them as he had the 2 iron gauntlet on his arm. As they then retreat back in his cloak. As the rest of them threw kunai towards Naruto, as Naruto simply stepped into the ground with a force that blew away all of the kunais that were thrown towards him. As the man quickly picked up themselves as 2 of them rushed towards Naruto, as he quickly decapitated them, as another one stood there shaking as he looked at Naruto with his sword in his hand. Why did you kidnap this girl? Naruto asked. Like I would tell you that, the man said. Alright, I will get that information when I'm interrogating you later, as Naruto vanished in a blur. As he reappeared at the same spot, what was that supposed to? As the man paused in mid-sentence, as he heard thuds behind him, as the rest of his clan members dropped dead, their head cut clean off. As the man then felt something on his shoulder, a hand, as he tried to spin around, but Naruto grabbed him and started to squeeze his neck. Now tell me, why did you kidnap this girl? Answer this and perhaps I won't kill you. As the man spilled all of his guts towards Naruto, it was for leverage. It was to get the Uzumaki clan to abandon their alliance with the Senju. That's all I know, please don't kill me, he begged. Thank you, said Naruto. You don't deserve to live. As he swung his hand, the blade cutting off the man's head. As Naruto then turned towards the girl who was still tied to the tree, as he saw the fear in her eyes. As he sighed, she was probably scared of him now. As she wasn't like Hoshirama or Madara, who saw a lot of death in this world, it seems like she was innocent. But Naruto cursed himself, he was the one to show her so much death in front of her. But he understand, Uzumakis mainly kept to themselves. They would help out the Senju here and there, but they weren't straight battle, as they mostly make seals to help them. As Naruto didn't understand though, how did they kidnap her? If she was on the Uzumaki island, they should have sent them a long way, and the Senju should have been there to help them, and the Uzumakis could have fight back. As Naruto focused his attention back on the girl, as she looked like she was about to cry. As he then kneeled down and removed the hood. Hey, don't cry, it's okay, he said. It took some time, but she calmed herself. I'm sorry that you had to see what I just did, but I need to get rid of them, so you can be safe, okay? The girl nodded, showing that she understood. Okay, I'm going to untie you, but you can't run away, in case more of them are around. As she nodded, as he walked around the tree and untied her. So, what's your name? Mito Uzumaki, she said. Okay, Mito, do you know how you were kidnapped? She gave a slight nod. Can you tell me how? He asked. I was taking a trip to the mainland with guards. When we were attacked, my guards told me to run, but they still caught me. They tied me up and told me how they kill all of my guards and start to insult them. They told me they would use me as a prisoner and get to my dad. Her father must have high standings, Naruto wondered. Then you came along and killed them, Naruto finished for her. Yeah, said Mito. Come on, Naruto said as he started to walk away. Why should I go with you? She asked. You want to go home, don't you? He asked. As Mito nodded. Well, come with me. I'm passing by the land of whirlpools, so I might as well drop you off there. As Mito looked around, as she then ran up and catch up with Naruto, as the two of them walked through the forest, traveling. So, what's your name? Mito asked. Naruto, he said. There was silence for a moment, until she asked the question again. Where are you going? The land of whirlpools. That's where I'm taking you, isn't it? As she huffed. I mean before you met me, she said. Oh, I was going to the land of water, he said. Was? She asked. Because I will most likely visit the land of whirlpool instead. I have plenty of time to do both. Well, I want you to meet my dad. As Naruto looked at her. Why do you want me to meet your dad? He asked. Before that, are you blind? She asked. As Naruto looked at her. No, I'm not blind. I can see why though, because of the blindfold, right? As she nodded. No, I would just deny any accusation of being a part of the Hyuga, Naruto thought. As he removed the blindfold, as Mito looked at his eyes, they were pure white. As she was staring at his eyes, as Naruto then cleared his throat. Oh yeah, not just Dad, she said. It would be Mom and the others. And by the way, how did you say that you weren't blind? Your eyes, they're completely white. You sure you're not blind? She asked. As Naruto chuckled, as he held up his hand to stop any further questions. I have decided to get us back quickly, he said. I will use a summon, or unless you rather walk, he asked, knowing that they were 2 days away from the whirlpool. Summon please, she said. As Naruto pulled back his sleeve, as Mito saw the kanji for bear, eagle, wasp, panther, toads, and a lot more were on him. As Naruto bit his finger and pressed it on the eagle kanji, as it was a large puff of smoke. When the smoke cleared, a giant eagle emerged as it flapped its wings. As Mito stared wide eyes at the bird, as the eagle then looked around, as Mito went and hid behind Naruto. As Naruto chuckled at that. Hello, Bei-sama. How have you been? Naruto asked the bird. I've been good, Naruto-sama, said Bei-sama. Oh, by the way, as Naruto stepped aside, this is Mito Uzumaki, so be nice. It's nice to meet you, child, Bei-sama said. Hi, said Mito, not really knowing what to say. Okay, Mito, it's time to fly, said Naruto, as he picked up Mito and placed her on the bird. Alright, it's time to fly, Bei-sama. You got it, said the eagle, as it flapped its wings and leapt up into the sky. Meanwhile, at the Uzumaki Island, Kai Uzumaki was the current leader, as he was worried about his daughter, Mito. Even though she hasn't been gone for a day and he knew it would be like 3 or 4 days. But he was still worried. She was his little Mito after all. Kai released a sigh, perhaps nothing was wrong. His daughter was probably enjoying her time on the mainland. As he turned around and prepared the journey back to his office, he then heard a shout from one of the guards. Kai-sama, there is a large object flying towards the village. What is your order? As Kai then turned, go ahead and get our strongest shinobis and bring them towards the gate. We must be ready to defend if it's hostile, but do not attack if it doesn't. I repeat, do not attack unless you are attacked first. Now go, said Kai, as he then turned back around as he saw the large objects as he walked towards the gate. As he saw the wings, it was some sort of bird. But it wasn't a regular bird because it was a distance away and it was already so large. When it got closer, Kai could see it fully. It was an eagle, a very large one, perhaps a summoning creature. As Kai spotted 2 figures, one of them was small. It looked like a child and another big one. As the summon came closer, it started to slow down. signaling that it was going to land. Kai gave his order to make his man make space that allowed the bird to land inside the compound, despite they don't know if it's hostile or not. "Say kid, you made it, so stop complaining," said a voice. As Kai couldn't see who was speaking because of the massive bird, as the bird was looking down at all of the Uzumaki members. "Are you kidding me?" said a girl voice. "Do you have any idea how fast we were going? I almost fall off twice." "Stop complaining, Mito," said Naruto. Hearing the name, Kai quickly snapped into action as he started to approach the giant bird to see if it was really his daughter. But the bird then reacted after it saw Kai getting so close, as all the Uzumakis prepared themselves, as the eagle flapped his wings, blowing away most of them. "Basama, what are you doing? Stop," Naruto said. "They didn't do anything." "As you wish, Naruto-sama," said Basama, as the eagle simply stared at them as the people got off of his back. As Kai watched as he saw his daughter, as a big smile came on his face. But guys, I'll be ending this episode right here. If you want to see the next part of this, you already know what to do. Like, subscribe, comment down below, and turn on that bell notifications they posted. Remember to share to all of your friends in your social media platform. But I'm out for tonight, guys. See you tomorrow. And sorry that you only got 2 What If tonight, guys. I'm so sorry for that. It's just because of some technical problem. See you guys. Peace.